your medications, electronic devices, batteries, chargers, a small radio, and emergency contacts. If you receive an evacuation order, gather your loved ones, grab your bag, your pet food, and leave immediately. For information on shelters for your pets or even your family, call 211 for the City of Los Angeles and 311 county-wide. Wearing a mask outside will help protect you from smoke, toxic fume, and particulate matter. If you don't need to go out, it's best to stay home with the windows closed. Getting to know your neighbors is a great way to stay safe, stay connected, and share resources. And Angelinos are stepping up to help, so reach out and find the assistance you need. Mutual Aid LA Network is constantly updating a Google Sheet with mutual aid resources. You can find it at tiny.cc-malan-fire. The earlier you make a plan, the better off you'll be when every second counts. Praying for LA, preparing, and standing with you. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm red. Okay, KK. Jeans up. Little scrap. I got money. Be a me. Money in the bank. See you,
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink.
I'ma get that dough and with them. Some ladies that know me know strap is a pro. Fill up at the bar.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And it's always my favorite thing when folks come into the studio for a Wealth Building Wednesday. I love meeting entrepreneurs and people with enterprises that are doing the doggone thing. So I'm super happy to meet you. And we have a top-level LA entrepreneur in the studio with us right now. He's the founder of Vonte Products. He says he is an entrepreneurial whirlwind with ambition, resilience, and humor. That's what his life is all about. He's an LA native, and he started in the streets of LA, where he went to Crenshaw High School, Hamilton High School, and was already building his business empire. Tony Smith, owner of Vonte Products. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for
Dominique.
coming in. So you went to Crenshaw High?
Yes, I did. I went to Crenshaw.
Crenshaw's kind of known for its entrepreneurism, isn't it?
Well, it is actually. I know that going to Crenshaw High School was a really good experience for me because I was very much of a hustler type of guy, a hustler type of mentality. I used to walk to school, from Don Tomaso and
wow,
Valley
that's a long
Ridge.
walk. Okay.
So taking my backpack full of candy and all type of things to sell, and I was constantly, selling.
So you were slinging candy
things.
in high school?
I was slinging candy. I was, loaning people money, charging them interest. I was, doing quite a bit. I was even rapping.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you are not going to drop a verse for us right now. But you
Crenshaw Rappeteers.
Crenshaw Rappeteers.
Rappeteers, yeah.
See, I love these moments because this is when I find out this real hidden LA history. But you started selling candy out the backpack at 8?
Yes.
So this started long before Crenshaw High.
Long before Crenshaw High, absolutely. Selling candy, at 8 years old. I was also, saving my lunch money. My mom used to give me $5 every day for lunch. And it was amazing. I just kept us at $5 and
so you starved yourself and saved your money.
I did. I used to make us a big sandwich and eat little bit at a time throughout the day. And I kept saving my money. and I would constantly be buying candy. I was also selling newspaper. I was doing many things at 8, 9 years old.
So by the time you graduated from high school, you had saved up
$100,000 in cash. By the time I was 16 years old.
That is you. Oh, you. This isn't even graduation. You were 16.
I was 16 years old.
Just from the $5 and then flipping that $5 by selling candy.
Yes. Candy, newspaper, loaning my friends that stayed in my building, money.
Forget Nick's check cashing. It was Tony's check cashing.
It was.
Wow, $100,000 by 16?
By 16
And
years
what
old.
did you do with that?
Well, it's interesting because I always kind of had a feeling that I would be part of, entrepreneurship.
No doubt you were a part of it.
What I was doing. But what I did was I bought a car, my first car, for $500. It was a green 1977 Dodge Dart. I never forget.
Okay,
and people
a classic car.
didn't want to be seen in my car, but I didn't care.
Right. So you had a different mentality because a lot of young men at 16, especially, I don't know the exact year, but, would have been like, I'm going to go get me a Camaro or a Lamborghini or something so I can get the attention and be the man. But you were like, no, I'm going to get me a $500 car because...
Yes, I knew that the rest of the money I wanted to use for doing something that connected with changing my life in the future, because I wanted to retire my mom one day. I saw her working every day, standing on her feet. When I leave to go to school, she was already at work. When I got home from school, she was still at work. So I knew I wanted to do something to retire her one day. And by 19, I was able to retire my mom from working.
You retired your mom at 19?
At 19.
That's amazing. I know she was surprised, or probably not, because she saw your hustle.
Yes. Yeah, she said when I was a kid, I used to dance, at all the holidays, and for some reason all of my aunties and uncles used to always want to give me dollars, so I just kept saving the dollars and saving the lunch money. So I just had this vision, and not knowing what I wanted to do, but getting involved with like multi-level marketing with my uncles, which was a big inspiration. And my uncle actually told me at 16 years old that Tony, these years are going to go by really fast. So you really need to, focus on your future and focus on what you want to do in life. So, working at Circuit City, working at Stride Ride, and working with my uncles with multi-level marketing companies, I just knew that I was ready to actually do something special in the industry of hair care.
It's amazing. I mean, just to have that mentality, did kids make fun of you, or were they like, oh, there's the candy man?
You know what? The kids, I always looked at people, my age when I was in school, and I used to always say to myself, why am I here with all these kids? And we was the same age. So it was kind of funny.
So you were an old man trapped in a young man's body?
I really was, because I was always focused on, not really plan and doing a lot of things that they were doing, but I wanted to really make money.
But you were also frugal. Yeah. A lot of people that have that love of creating wealth at an early age, they do it because they want the flashy things. But you had a different mentality.
Yes, I did. I had a different mentality. People ask me what drove you to want to save your money that way,
right? To be so frugal.
And my biggest why was seeing my mom, and I knew that growing up, she bought us 2 pair of shoes and 2 pair of jeans and many shirts, and I actually wore that every day.
And your $5 a day for
and
lunch.
My $5 for lunch. So I knew I wanted to, do something different, and I knew I was a different type of person because I was like very, very, very aggressive when it came to, loving people, smiling, talking to as many people as I can.
And selling things.
And buying things at a low price so I can sell it at a higher price.
Wow.
Whether it was, I had green annihilators. I never forget the green and the purple. I had all the colors.
Okay. Well, those annihilators were like a form of crack.
Yes. Sugar.
A form of crack. So then you retire mom at 19,
Yes.
and you said she comes with you, meaning she's working for you now?
Yes, absolutely. She came to my office, and I said, Mom, I'm gonna now, you can work with me, and from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, so you gave her short hours.
I did.
You're like, you're going to make mom's life a little cushy.
Absolutely. So I opened an office on Manchester between Normandy and Butlogne, a Vonte office, and I just started filling the business up with hair products. And I actually started with one product, which is a Moisture Mint Energizer scalp stimulating conditioner with no name on it.
Now, this was something you made?
Yes, this is something I made in my backyard, and I just
in
wanted
your
something,
backyard, literally?
Yes, in my backyard, literally. Something that really stimulates the scalp.
How did you know how to do that?
Well, you know what? I was selling a product called Rafa with multi-level marketing with my uncles. My uncle Dwight Trimble. I was selling,
oh, he's your uncle?
Yeah.
Small world.
Small world. So we were doing many different multi-level marketing together. And he was always saying, Tony, come on, come on, come on. So we did Fun America, Phoenix Cookies, Amway, American Communication Network, ACN, all these different things, diet cookies.
So you saw a product that you liked and you improved on it?
Yeah, see, I was selling a product called Rafa at the time through multi-level marketing, and this product I was going from salon to salon to salon selling these products, and within 2 years, this company went out of business. So I was stuck with all these customers and hairstylists that I was talking to and selling products to, and I no longer had any more products to sell them. So in my mind, I said, you know what? I'm going to ask them questions. I'm going to find out what they like, what they don't like. And then I know what ingredients that they do like and ingredients that they don't like. So I'm going to formulate something just like these products that they already like and then brand it for myself.
Wow. Okay. Well, we don't usually spend this time on much time on Wealth Building Wednesday, but I got to hear the rest of this story, and I'm determined to stay on time. So, can you stay with us a little bit longer, Tony?
Yes, absolutely.
Tony Smith of Vonte Products is our guest. It's a fascinating story. I think right now we're in the middle of this crisis, and you're doing something about it. Yes. But I also think this mindset, this kind of tenacity that you're describing, is important for many other applications during this kind of moment in history. So we'll talk about that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
We gon' be alright.
KBLA Talk 1580 is amplifying Black voices and spotlighting our untold stories. I'm Dominique DiPrima. Join me Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. as we broadcast live from the Altadena, Pasadena area. Due to the National Guard closing down this section, we will not be at Perry's Joint. Our new location is the Pasadena Church East Campus at 425 Sierra Madre Villa. We'll be covering the individuals and families impacted by the Altadena Eaton Fire. Hear from community leaders and those who have suffered losses that must not be forgotten. So join us Thursday at the Pasadena Church East Campus at 425 Sierra Madre Villa. Together we can help them rebuild and recover. Together we are LA Strong, LA United. With your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Cashback is not available on on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TOOL for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TOOL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TOOL.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
The following is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales or vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit FVGradio.com. If you want a complimentary stay in Cancun at a luxury resort, then Family Vacation Getaways may have your ticket to paradise. We're giving away a 5-day and 4-night stay to the first qualified 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431. You may also be eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $398. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you may be eligible to get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $398. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431. Again, call 800-868-6431 and give us your answer.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
And Tony Smith is with me. He's the owner of Vonte Products. I'm laughing because you're getting a lot of love in the chat. Molly Bell says, love me, Crenshaw. Hi. And Paul says, I always tell my bros we are natural hustlers. It's in our DNA. Those candy seller bros back in the day made money. And, just a lot of love. Some folks saying your story is inspirational.
Oh,
and do you think, like, when you told your mom, hey, come work for me, did she believe you immediately that would be a stable job for her?
You know what, she actually did. She actually believed me for sure, because she saw what I've been doing, and all my years, growing up, I just never asked her for anything.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to take care of my mom.
Aw, I love that so much. It sounds like she did a good job raising you. A lot of us, as mamas, we want to instill an entrepreneurial spirit or an independent vibe in our children. What do you think she did that gave you that or encouraged that?
Well, she always listened to me, and she always encouraged me to just keep going, and she always had a positive way about herself, as far as like, Tony, you can be and do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. So I felt like, I can always do it.
Yeah.
No matter what I was going to win in life. I very competitive.
Yeah.
And that's why I play football too.
Well, and there's definitely a connection. I mean, between sports and business.
Yes.
I know the LA 84 Foundation here in LA, the money from the 84 Olympics, they still fund youth sports. And that was one of their slogans, is life ready through sport, because it does give you that competitive spirit. So at this point, you hire your mama, you've created this product in your backyard based on a product you were selling, and then you start traveling the world?
Yes, I started traveling all over the world. I went to, Lagos, Nigeria, Italy every summer to do big hair show, fashion shows. A partnership with magazine companies out there in Italy. And also went to the Atlanta Bonner Brothers hair show every year.
So you just basically taught yourself the whole business about where you needed to go, what shows, how to get in these magazines. Like,
my goal was to outwork everyone in this industry, in this beauty industry. So I did whatever it took to win. And so if the average person woke up at 8, I was up at 6. If the average person woke up at 6, I was up at 4 a.m. So I said, if I do what the average person don't do, I will have what the average person don't have. And at that time, when I was 19 years old, I knew that the hair industry was a $3.3 billion industry. So in my mind, I said, if I can get 0.25% of 0.5% of 1% of $1 billion, I will be ready to take care of my mom, my family, and myself very comfortably. So with that in mind, I continuously made goals, and I continuously said, goals after goals after goals, and accomplish them.
Each time you get one, you go to the next.
Yes.
So fast forward to today, you are the owner of Vonte Products, thriving business.
Yes.
And you're stepping up in this crisis to help folks who are impacted by these fires. What are you doing?
Absolutely. I love helping people. So what I'm doing is donating Vonte products, shampoos, conditioners, products for natural styles, braids, shine sprays, holding sprays. I'm donating many products for Altadena homes that went on fire, and donating to Black Lives Matter as well, partnershiping with them. And I'm very grateful because April, the young lady, she asked me to...
April Sims, yeah.
April Sims, yes.
Many of you know her from Simply Wholesome.
Absolutely,
yes.
Simply Wholesome. And
April's
my product
Life
was
in
over
a
there.
Bottle. Yes.
Yes, and she has her own juice. And I'm just so thankful that we were able to come together. And I was thrilled when she reached out to me yesterday about donating hair products, because those who were affected in this tragedy with the fires in LA, especially in Altadena, I'm just ready to give as much as I can with the hair products to those who were affected and lost their homes.
That's beautiful.
And I want to also mention Williams Nickerson, grandson, actually died in that fire.
Wow.
In Altadena, and he was the the founder of Nickerson Gardens.
Yeah, I remember reading about that, but it's just the way you connect the dots and show some love. So you're just obviously you have more than just the one scalp stimulator by now, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And this business that you started at 18 or 16, whatever, in that area, right, as a teenager, is still going today.
It's still going today.
It's the same business.
It's same
Obviously,
business.
you've expanded your product line.
Absolutely. I mean, every 3 months I come out with a new product.
Every 3 months?
And what I wanted to do is make this a salon, a stylist product. So I wanted to just, make sure I asked the right questions with hairstylists, and I wanted to give the stylists what they wanted and what they needed.
Yeah. Shout out to April. She's also nurtured a lot of products, lines and things, and helped folks, to develop their Black-owned business. Now, for those who are impacted, they will find your products because you're donating them through, Black Lives Matter and other outlets. But for those who want to support you and your business, where can we find Vonte Products?
Well, thank you for asking, Dominique. You can find Vonte Products in your nearest beauty supply store, and you can also find Vonte Products on our website at vonteproducts.com. You can also find it on Amazon. You can also, I want to also mention this too. For those who order Vonte Products on vonteproducts.com, I'm giving away basically 15% of the revenues that's going toward the fires in Altadena.
Wow.
Of
Altadena,
revenues.
The Dena relief. That's
from
that's
all
amazing.
the purchases on the vonteproducts.com website. And that's also connecting with Dreams to Reality Project Inc. nonprofit.
Okay.
Which
Real
is
quick,
helping children.
Real quick, because I want to get these questions. Paul Lee wants to know, do you have products for Black men with beards? And Morris Phillips says, what you got for a bald-headed man?
Okay, excellent. Well, I have a flake-free shampoo, which is excellent for the hair and the scalp. And I'm bald-headed, so you can see. Mm-hmm. So it's good for the hair and the scalp. And it also, I have a Moisture Mint Energizer scalp stimulating conditioner. So those two products is excellent for men, for the hair and the scalp.
And what about those beards?
And for the beards, I have what you call an essential oil that's excellent for beards. And I have it has aloe vera, angelica, chamomile, rosemary, and sage. And it also stimulates hair growth.
Okay, so you can fill in those holes in your beard.
Yes.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, Tony Smith. Thank you for stepping up right now in this time of crisis, and congratulations on your entrepreneurial journey. It is pretty inspiring. VonteProducts.com, VONTE, VonteProducts.com. Verified Black owned, right?
Yes, Black owned.
The owner is sitting right here, and he's verifying it. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Dominique.
And appreciate the conversation, and more than anything, the spirit of us helping us right now. It's a great time to call me, 800-920-1580. We are the place that is amplifying Black and progressive voices around the clock. We are KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know from BIN News. President Biden is preparing to deliver his farewell address to the nation in prime time tonight, just days before he leaves the White House. Biden will speak from the Oval Office at 8 p.m. Eastern. A Falcon 9 rocket launched from Kennedy Space Center carrying Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost lunar lander and a Japanese moon rover. The Blue Ghost is expected to land on the moon in early March after a 45-day trip. The FBI is investigating a collision between a Super Scooper firefighting plane and an unauthorized drone at the Palisades fire. The plane was repaired and is back in service. The FBI has set up a tip line to identify the drone operator. And the Governor's Ball Music Festival lineup includes headliners Olivia Rodrigo and Tyler, the Creator. Other acts include T-Pain and Tyla. The festival runs from June 6th to the 8th with passes on sale Thursday. I'm Bree Wood on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $175 off your print order. Exclusion supply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 2/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The 16 sports teams in Los Angeles, including the new TGL golf team sponsored by Tiger Woods, have joined together to sell LA Strong t-shirts. Each team is marketing the t-shirt featuring the team's colors and logo. All revenue from the LA Strong t-shirts will go to the American Red Cross and the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation to help with relief efforts in response to the wildfires in LA County. The t-shirts are available on each team's website. The Lakers and Clippers are back in action tonight with home games. The Lakers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak Street are playing Miami at Crypto.com. The Lakers won't have to deal with Jimmy Butler. He's serving a 7-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team. The Clippers are playing Brooklyn tonight at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. The Clippers have moved up to 5th place in the Western Conference. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in tough times, connecting you with resources and what you need to know. Evacuation shelters are located in the Pasadena Civic Center, the Dream Center in LA, the Westwood Recreation Center, and many more. You can call 311 for details. Santa Anita Park in Arcadia is a pop-up mutual aid hub where you can pick up anything from clothing to food and hygiene supplies. If you're in Los Angeles County and in need of food, call Omni Ministries at 310-631-1557. Donations can be made to Zelle, Omni Ministries, Inc. at yahoo.com. Parking Lot I outside of Rose Bowl Stadium is a pop-up mutual aid hub where you can pick up everything from clothing to food to hygiene supplies for free. To volunteer or donate to help victims of the fire, contact the LA Emergency Network at enla.org. The Cochran Firm and Ivy McNeil, Wyatt Purcell and Diggs, Jazz Mechanic, and others have launched a GoFundMe specifically targeting Altadena. Visit LA Fires. The impacted Black community urgently needs help on GoFundMe, and donate to help Black evacuees fighting for survival. Airbnb is offering free temporary housing to people displaced by the fires. Call 211 to sign up. The LA Chamber of Commerce is stepping up to help you sort out insurance claims and other paperwork. Reach them at 213-580-7500. South LA Cafe has free groceries, clothing, and water available at 1700 Browning Boulevard in LA. Track their giveaways or volunteer through their Instagram at South LA Cafe. U-Haul is donating short-term storage free of charge for 30 days to evacuees. Shelter for small or large animals can be accessed by calling 211. A Black-led coalition of community organizations is offering support and resources in the Altadena area at the Flint Ridge Center at 236 West Mountain Street in Pasadena. For comprehensive lists of resources for housing, food, shelter, and more, visit Mutual Aid LA Network on Instagram. Praying for LA and standing with you. KBLA Talk 1580.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, and I'm glad about that. 800-920-1580 is the number to call. And, yeah, it was kind of a breath of fresh air to focus on entrepreneurialism instead of all the shenanigans going on in Washington. I am going to definitely be watching on Monday, but keeping an eye on them, but not as riveted right now. I think that's right, Paul, that we do have entrepreneurial spirit. And I've seen that, I've had that affirmed in in my travels in Africa, because everywhere you go, especially in Ghana, by the way, everybody's got a hustle, and a hustle for the hustle, and a side hustle for the hustle. So that is something that we do have. And when we do it, it's always criminalized, but when others do it, it is glorified. So it's time for us to start, I believe, glorifying ourselves and each other, and that spirit of entrepreneurism that we do have. The fires are still burning, and we are not out of the woods, as they say. The high winds and fire danger warnings continue today, and yet on yesterday we did not have as terrible of winds as were possibly predicted. So we're seeing some progress. Right now, the Palisades fire is at 19% containment. It's burned 23,000, almost 24,000 acres, and is still quite active. The Eaton Fire, Altadena, Pasadena area, is now at 45% containment. So they've made some real progress on that fire, and it is 14,000 acres that have burned. They still have that do not use water notice in effect for some of the areas. And of course, all of us have the do not breathe air notice, which means tracking our air quality. Air quality in the studio right now is 11, which is decent. It's actually good. Thank you, IQ Air, and the filtration system that we have. Like I said, I think I'll just live at the radio station until the air gets better. That's little to no health risk in the 0 to 50 range. Outdoors in Leimert Park, its air quality is 66, which actually isn't bad. It's in the moderate range. It says sensitive individuals may experience irritations, but it's not bad at all. Now, when you get over 100, that's where you should probably limit outdoor exercise and exertion, particularly if you've any kind of pre-existing condition, any kind of, or if you're sick, and even if you're chronologically gifted. The 100 to 150 range, means limit. Once you get over 150, it becomes much more problematic. And 200 or up, that's unhealthy for everybody. So there are apps that you can get. I don't have one yet on my phone. I think I will get one that can track the air quality, so that if you're in the 200 range, you definitely need a mask. That is where even an athlete with well-conditioned lungs will be struggling. When you get above 300, now it's hazardous. Now you're talking about instant damage. You just really simply shouldn't be outdoors. So that gives you an idea. And of course, I really only started tracking this like this recently when IQ Air installed filtration systems in our entire radio station as part of our year-long climate emergency emphasis that we completed last year. But these daily air quality ratings are brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. And as I said, there are air quality apps that you can put on your phone that can give you a reading on what the outdoor quality is. Right now, if I was going to exercise, even though the air quality outside looks good, I would still wear a mask, because there can be tiny, tiny little bits, what they call particulate matter, teeny weeny particles of whatever burned up, whatever chemical substances, cars, houses. Do you want to breathe in roof tiles and washing machines? I think not. And so if you're going to be exercising in particular or walking, I see that the best advice is to wear a mask. Also a great idea, particularly if you're either somebody that loves to shop or an elder, do your cardio inside of a mall. You're indoors, not an outdoor mall. Find an indoor mall and do your power walking there, because the hazard level is going to be lower. And, hopefully you can walk really fast so you walk by all the stuff you shouldn't be buying. The impact of hazardous air, even stuff you can't see, so just looking out and going, oh, it's not brown, because the air doesn't look as ugly today, or, oh, it doesn't stink, because the stench, at least here in the center of LA, is much better. That's not a reliable means of telling, of knowing whether that's harmful, because there's some tiny particles that you cannot see, but it can cause not just, bronchitis or exacerbate, make worse conditions that you have, like asthma can be a factor in pneumonia, but also is connected with heart disease and all kinds of other problems in the body. Increased mucus in the system. What can we do about that? Mullein, herb, green tea, mullein tea, ginseng. Also, you can drink a lot of water, which helps everything, including the stress of this moment. Drinking 8 ounces, 8 to 16 ounces for every hour that you're awake is what is recommended. You can, if you don't, it's kind of cold here in LA right now, so you can still drink hot water with a little squeeze of lemon, and that will hydrate you. It doesn't have to be cold water to hydrate you. You just want to get the H2O into the body system. And then taking a bath with either Epsom salts, the Himalayan pink salt, or baking soda will help draw those toxins out of your skin, because our skin is also absorbing whatever fumes and gases and ashes. If you look at your car, you can see the ash on the windshield and on the car. That's what would be going into your lungs, into your skin. So the water helps to draw, to flush that out through all the places where we expel things from our bodies. And the bath with the Epsom salts, it also helps relieve stress and muscle pain and stuff like that. And the baking soda helps get rid of pimples and other blemishes. So it's kind of good anyway, but it's just next level right now, because the skin is actually the biggest organ in the body. And that organ is taking in toxins. And so we can help it fight back and protect us. And by the simple act of bathing, plus, hey, it's relaxing, okay? Great time to do indoors, some yoga, some meditation, some breath work to help fight all of that stress. And of course, we have a lot of things to consider and a lot of things to figure out, but I am thankful that I decided, with the help of Miles, to go ahead and do my cleanse, because I feel more clear-headed. And I think clear-headed is helpful in times of crisis and stress. I will love to hear from you. I always love fellowshipping with you. Certainly, we can take a look at some of the national landscape when we come forward. And the actual date of birth of Martin Luther King Jr. today is actually the day, even though MLK Day, the holiday, is always on a Monday. The actual birthday, the day when he entered the building, is today. So happy birthday to Martin Luther King Jr. And shout out to everyone who's channeling his spirit of service in helping rebuild and recover and replenish and rejuvenate our beautiful, beautiful city and county. I'm Dominique DiPrima, broadcasting live from Los Angeles on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you, neighbor to neighbor, bringing you resources and what you need to know. Sign up for Notify LA on your phone to get fire danger alerts and updates, or check on lafd.org. The Watch Duty app is free and provides wildfire maps and updates in real time. Keep your gas tank full and plan your route in case you have to leave the area. City and county officials are urging you to pack a go bag so you can be ready to leave your home quickly in case of an evacuation order. Your go bag should include a couple of days of clothing, copies of your important documents and ID, money, insurance information, your medications, electronic devices, batteries, chargers, a small radio, and emergency contacts. If you receive an evacuation order, gather your loved ones, grab your bag, your pet food, and leave immediately. For information on shelters for your pets or even your family, call 211 for the City of Los Angeles and 311 county-wide. Wearing a mask outside will help protect you from smoke, toxic fume, and particulate matter. If you don't need to go out, it's best to stay home with the windows closed. Getting to know your neighbors is a great way to stay safe, stay connected, and share resources. And Angelinos are stepping up to help, so reach out and find the assistance you need. Mutual Aid LA Network is constantly updating a Google Sheet with mutual aid resources. You can find it at tiny.cc-malan-fire. The earlier you make a plan, the better off you'll be when every second counts. Praying for LA, preparing, and standing with you. KBLA Talk 1580.
I joined the military for my kid and his mom. I miss my son a lot. One of the things with the military is tobacco, but I saw a lot of people try to deal with mental issues. Everyone's vaping constantly. After my first hit of a vape, I was hooked like that. Once I got back home from my deployment, I caught my son trying to hit my vape. That was it. I had to quit.
Californians are beating big tobacco. You can too. For free support, text Kick Nicotine to 66819 today.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Yeah, so Michelle Obama said, namaste. Namaste. Peace out to the inauguration. She will not be attending. That's actually a huge diss because it's the tradition for former first ladies to show up to inaugurations all the time. She said, no, I won't be there. And the statement, her office said, former President Barack Obama is confirmed to attend the 60th inaugural ceremonies. Former First Lady Michelle Obama will not attend the upcoming inauguration. That is it. Speculate as you will. I love it. And she did not attend the funeral of Jimmy Carter. There was no statement about that in that sense, but it makes one wonder because they were to be seated next to the Trumps. And she, the statement is like, they don't say why she's not going to be there. They just say, namaste. I'm going to stay home. Peace out. And I love that. I love that for us. She said when we go low, when they go low, we go high, but that has its limits, okay? Just like Kamala Harris said, I'm not inviting J.D. Vance and his his wife, to be taking a tour of the vice presidential digs because they called her trash. And so why should she open her doors? Now, I believe in being gracious and taking the high road whenever possible, but I don't believe in being a doormat. So, yeah, good on them. Why put yourself through that? Why be in that space? Drake has filed another lawsuit around the Not Like Us single. He is suing his record company, Universal Music Group. Says they put his life and reputation on the line by putting out the song Not Like Us. It's defamation. They're calling the song defamation. Aubrey Drake Graham says that, and this is, by the way, it's the label for both of them. But anyway, he says it's defamation and harassment. He compares the release of Not Like Us to Pizzagate, which was a scandal where, right-wingers were convinced that Hillary Clinton was abusing babies at a pizzeria, and some guy went and shut up the place. It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually the same lawyer that brought the lawsuit on behalf of that pizzeria, who is representing Drake, and they claim corporate greed over the safety and well-being of artists. I'm wondering how you look at this as an artist, Miles, because it's kind of like, to me, it's like getting in a boxing ring and then suing someone for punching you. This is when you get into a diss battle type scenario, it's not going to be fun. That's just how it goes,
right,
to me.
And it's crybaby behavior. I feel like definitely crybaby behavior. And trying to, what I'm reading also is that he's using it as if UMG, what they're going to do is use this against him in future negotiations. So he's trying to, I think he's trying to get out of his contract. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because it's not going to help his image.
No,
to me, it's giving, female dog.
Exactly.
To be honest. Exactly. Yeah, and that's not what he needs. That's not the rehab that his image needs. You know?
I think he's also trying to get a little bit ahead of the Super Bowl next month.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
That makes sense too. But the fact that they're also blaming Drake is blaming Kendrick's song, Not Like Us, for someone trying to break into his house, and they're citing the record cover that shows all the little dots where the sex offenders are found.
You can Google Drake's house on Google Maps, and it'll show you exactly where his crib is, right?
Right. Yeah. But they're saying that because it shows sex offenders, that it's calling for violence against him. There was a shooting at his residence, and there was somebody that tried to break in, some trespassers. And they're blaming all of that on Kendrick's song, but with no proof. I mean, I think it's a really bad look. Now, apparently the lawsuit that they filed earlier in November has been withdrawn, and is going to be there's going to be another hearing on it later. That's against iHeart and some others, iHeart and Spotify, saying that they boosted the streams of Not Like Us and made it into a bigger hit than it really should have been, and promoted and blah, blah, blah. They withdrew that one, but it will be apparently back in court in Texas at a later date. Right now, they're focused on this federal lawsuit. And
the federal law, that federal part, make it any different or better for any party?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. I'm not a lawyer, but I do think that to your point, he's repositioning who he's going after. Instead of going after Spotify and iHeart, he's going after his label, which certainly tracks with what you're saying around him trying to get out of that deal.
After he just signed, a couple years ago, $500 million, $500 million exclusive deal with Universal.
Right. It says that the track was intended to, here's the legalese, convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal pedophile and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response.
Well, he's personalizing the beef as if he was the only one taking damage, what it sounds like.
Right. Well, and it makes me think, no Vaseline. It makes me think, hit him up.
I mean, Drake has he ain't have the nicest things to say about Kendrick and his diss records that were getting pushed as well. So, I mean, UMG was pushed, except as everybody finally understands, UMG has both of them on their roster.
Yeah.
They're raking in the money and pushing this like crazy. So, I mean, it's all they're doing, but they were pushing your music just as hard during the beef, Drake, when he was calling Kendrick, all types of, wife beaters and talking about the kids that's not his and, racial plays and all that stuff you're talking about him. So,
he raps like he's trying to free the slaves and all that. Look, that's why I think it's pretty ironic that the lawsuit says that they're valuing corporate greed over the safety and well-being of their artists. Like corporate greed, you got the biggest contract I've ever heard of. I don't know if that was a record-setting contract, but it sure felt like it. Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. And so, I just think, for me, I think it's a bad look. But maybe I can understand it a little bit more now that you said that, Miles, because if it does end up getting him out of his record deal and he gets some other $750 million, then okay, then it was just a business move.
That's what I think it is. I think he's trying to play it like that. I think it's that time for, artist independence, and I think he'll probably get out of it scot-free with a lot of his catalog as well, and that's the real bag. Because once you can sell and market and license out your own catalog, that Drake catalog is going to be huge once that finally sells.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the man's got hits. That's why I'm like, just go be quiet. Go on a mountain and meditate and come back with a fire album. Just stop whining.
Did you hear the LeBron James diss too he did?
I heard about it. Yeah.
He's upset.
And that's real low.
He's upset. The man is upset. The man was.
And you're talking about those DMs too, right? Where he was accusing LeBron.
I think those were fake. I think the DMs were fake. I don't trust the DMs.
Oh, really? Because when I saw the re-release of them, well, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but
all I know is the man is hurt, and man.
Right. So go hang out with your mommy until you feel better. That's what I would do, or go to your guru. You know what I mean? Go on a world.
Wayne.
He's kind of hurt too, actually. Right?
He's hurt too.
He's hurt too. Okay, here's what you do. Come rebuild some people's homes. It's the same advice.
Come to LA? You told Drake, come to LA? What you saying?
Look, if he came here and built back every home in Altadena, I bet a lot of people would forgive him. You don't think so?
No.
Okay, maybe not. Stay where you be. Just be quiet. We're going to talk a little bit about what's happening in Hollywood right now, in the midst of the fires and in the midst of Hollywooding while black. That's next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know from BIA News. President Biden is preparing to deliver his farewell address to the nation in prime time tonight, just days before he leaves the White House. Biden will speak from the Oval Office at 8 p.m. Eastern. A Falcon 9 rocket launched from Kennedy Space Center carrying Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost lunar lander and a Japanese moon rover. The Blue Ghost is expected to land on the moon in early March after a 45-day trip. The FBI is investigating a collision between a Super Scooper firefighting plane and an unauthorized drone at the Palisades fire. The plane was repaired and is back in service. The FBI has set up a tip line to identify the drone operator. And the Governor's Ball Music Festival lineup includes headliners Olivia Rodrigo and Tyler First.
Your local Staples has